International Criminal Court (ICC) accepts petition against Onanuga orders over alleged incitement. Okay, so we are aware of a professor of law, Professor Christian, who actually petitioned the ICC in Hague, in Netherlands, okay, against Bayo Onanuga for all the insightful statements he has made that had led to ethnic profiling, attacks, and killing of some ethnic group in Lagos, especially the Igbos. Okay, and Nigerian government is doing yahoo left, right, and center. They don't want to investigate. They don't want to arrest people that are perpetrating that. Now, a lawyer, a professor of law, has written a criminal court, international criminal court in Hague, okay, in Netherlands. And right now, the Hague is acknowledging the receipt of that letter, meaning that after acknowledging, definitely they will take necessary steps to do what the letter said they should do, which is investigating all the things that Bayo Onanuga, Festus Keyamo, FFK, MC Oluomo, and some other people that incited violence in Lagos and in other parts of Nigeria that will need to be investigated. The International Criminal Court (ICC) yesterday formally acknowledged receipt of a petition written by Professor Gideon Christian to investigate election and post-election violence in Nigeria, as well as alleged incitement to ethnic hate by Mr. Bayo Onanuga, the media director of the President-elect Bola Tinubu. The ICC, in its acknowledgement letter dated March 27, 2023, with reference number OTP-CR-109/2023, was signed by Mark P. Dillon, Head of Information and Evidence Unit, Office of the Prosecutor. The letter read, "The Office of the Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court acknowledges receipt of your documents and letter. This communication has been duly entered in the Communications Register of the Office. We will give consideration to this communication as appropriate in accordance with the provisions of the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. Please note this acknowledgement letter does not mean an investigation has been opened or that an investigation will be opened by the Office of the Prosecutor. As soon as a decision is reached, we will inform you in writing and provide you with reasons for this decision." The petitioner, Christian, had in his petition titled "Request to Investigate the Election and Post-Election Violence in Nigeria, as well as Incitement to Ethnic Hate by Mr. Bayo Onanuga," invited the Office of the Prosecutor to conduct an investigation into a series of ethnically motivated violence resulting in injuries and death during the just concluded presidential and governorship elections in Nigeria. He alleged that Onanuga issued a threat on Twitter warning individuals from the Igbo ethnic group that 2023 should be the last time they should be interfering in Lagos politics. According to him, promoting attacks against individuals from a particular ethnic group residing in a particular area was a clear violation of international law, adding that the international community must not only take action to prevent such acts from recurring, but should also hold to account individuals involved in such international wrongdoing. The petition was brought pursuant to Article 15 of the Rome Statute and read, "Pursuant to Article 15 of the Rome Statute, please accept this communication to the International Criminal Court, the court requesting the Office of the Prosecutor to conduct an investigation into a series of ethnically motivated violence resulting in injuries and death during the just concluded presidential and governorship elections in Nigeria." The European Union Election Observer Mission in Nigeria, which observed both elections in their interim report on 20th March 2023, noted multiple incidents of organized violent attacks which resulted in many casualties and fatalities. These incidents were the result of incitement to ethnic hatred by Nigerian politicians and their agents who actively, directly or indirectly, incited groups of individuals to inflict harm on other individuals from a targeted ethnic group, the Igbos, as well as individuals who look like them or the people from that ethnic group. It is on record that prior to the elections, very influential individuals and politicians, especially in Lagos, had publicly warned members of the Igbo ethnic group in Nigeria not to show up to exercise their constitutional right to vote. Wow. So all these are the things that actually happened during the elections that made this professor of law, Professor Christian, to write to the International Criminal Court in Hague. So he said, I therefore request this court to investigate the conduct of Mr. Onanuga and other individuals in Nigeria who directly and indirectly organized, incited, aided, and abetted the ethnically motivated election and post-election violence in Nigeria, and take appropriate action to hold them responsible for their actions. This will prevent future conduct that will breach rules of international law. Wow. So this is exactly what has transpired, and let's see what this guy is saying. Professor Gideon Christian is the professor of law that actually filed this petition to the International Criminal Court in Hague, and now the International Criminal Court has also acknowledged receiving that petition and registering it in their document, and they are responding by saying that this acknowledgement does not mean that they have accepted to start investigation or that they have started investigation, but when they make their decision, they will respond back to Professor Christian to let him know their decisions and the reason for their decisions. But the good news is that the International Criminal Court in Hague, Netherlands, has acknowledged receiving that petition and has promised to look into it. Now, wow. So people are making series of comments here. Somebody say Igbo is going too far on this election matter. If your candidate didn't win, I believe the next option is to go to court. Must you try to impose Obi on Nigeria? It's not imposing Obi on Nigeria. The injustice is too much. People have been killed, people have been injured, and those people deserve justice. And Nigerian judiciary system does not look like they can provide that justice. That is true. So you don't take people for granted. We are a part of the global entity. Okay, we have our own national laws that governs what we do in Nigeria as a sovereign state. We also have international laws that binds us as Nigerians into the international community as well, as a member of Committee of Nations in the world. So Nigeria can never exist in isolation. So if Nigeria cannot internally checkmate its misdoings, then external forces will have to do that, and that is exactly what is happening. Okay, somebody say, what did this one they talk? You know they read or understand Olodo. Somebody say you need just look at how little your brain is. Okay, Yoruba still need to exterminate these idiots. OPC is watching. Can you imagine? So they should exterminate Igbos, Abi. You can imagine this insightful statement now. The Yoruba need to exterminate them. OPC is watching. What will OPC do? Let them start. That is it. Somebody say, ta. You let OPC that cannot save Yorubas from the hand of Fulanis in Ilori. Cowards. And that is what they are. Okay. Somebody say, Yorubas are not killers like you. Okay. We are life lovers and accommodating. Better be. Better be. Better be. Okay. Somebody say, Igbos are the most productive persons in Nigeria. Okay, their resilience and ability to thrive is second to none. The Southwest are educated illiterates who choose slavery than freedom from the Fulanis. The Hausas too are willing slaves to the Fulanis. But Nigeria will survive these narratives of willing slaves and the intent to enslave others. Most importantly, soon Christians in Nigeria will understand what tune is being played by these bigots and fanatics, and we will make them dance to their very tune. That is it. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment. The message here is that International Criminal Court has accepted and acknowledged the petition written by Professor Gideon Henry of law in Nigeria petition he wrote to the ICC against Bayo Onanuga and other prominent Nigerian politicians that made insightful statements that led to ethnic profiling in Lagos in Nigeria, and both elections and post-election violence that took place during this Nigerian 2023 elections. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.